Hello everyone, I'm Diane Canfield and I want to give an update of what's going on. I know I haven't made a video in a while, so I believe I haven't made a video for about 2 years. So I felt like it was time for me to now get back to making videos again. Now for today, I want to talk about what's going on right now, energy-wise and psychic-wise. Now, the Russian scientists had predicted that there would be massive geostorms today. Well, there's been geostorms for there was geostorms for 3 days, the past 3 days, then there was one day that there was really no geostorms. And then today I noticed the solar wind was rising again. The solar wind right now is very high. It's close to 600, which is very high. And we just got a massive red bar showing on the graph, which shows the geostorms are accelerating. So now we're going to watch and see where this goes. It isn't like this is so unusual for regular geostorms. Regular geostorms, they're the same exact way. So it isn't, right now, it isn't like something extreme like what the Russians were talking about, computers going down and satellites going down and all these things. So that it isn't that extreme yet. But we'll watch into the evening and we'll see what goes on. Now I want to talk about my March 10th article that I had wrote about, that I had a massive upgrade on March 10th. Now, there was geostorms coming in at that time, but they were mild. So the upgrade that I had was really not enough for the geostorms to have caused that. I had a massive upgrade, and it was going on as I was writing that article. If you haven't seen my article, go to DianeCanfield.com and you can see all my articles that I have written there. And this one is March 10th. And during the writing of the article, I was getting massive upgrades, and I said that. Now, my whole side of my head here, my crown chakra, which I've gotten many activations on before, many, probably thousands since I started doing this in 2010. But this time my whole side of my head here was activated. And this is what made this so unique. And it was an extreme activation. Extreme. And then for about 2 hours, I really didn't feel good at all. I had really brain fog. I really wanted to get that article out, so I did write the article, but I had brain fog and felt like I was really not connected to the earth, that feeling that we get when we're walking in two worlds. So now I will write more about the event later, but as far as the event coming to me, that was a big precursor right there of what that whole side of the head in an activation. Now, I have been tracking energy waves, remember, since 2010, and the whole entire side of my head has never been activated that way. I've had everything and more that you can imagine happened to me, like 2011, 2012, I would be paralyzed in my chair for like 3 or 4 hours at a time, not being able to move. It was intense back then. There was many physical manifestations of energy coming in and waves coming in back then. But now we haven't had such intense things happening, like being paralyzed to a chair recently, until this happened on March 10th. So I wanted to let everyone know about this and go into more explanation so everybody could understand what's going on. And I am going to be tracking all of these energy waves and everything very, very closely so that I can be reporting back to everybody of what's actually going on. Now, for me, I would say we're already in the event, and how many people, I don't know if there's really a word for it, but you can't see what's going on while you're in something. And to me, that's what's happening, is that we've been in the event for a while. I think I'm not sure when it was, I think it was last August when I had reported that we had jumped into a higher dimension. And to me, that it's been going on since my report. I'll have to go back and look. I do so many energy reports. I really don't keep track because I'm always living in the moment, so I don't keep track of exactly when they were. But I've been reporting on jumping dimensions and upgrades so many times since 2010 that, it's hard for me to keep track of all these things. So I would say the event has been ongoing, and this experience I had on March 10th really solidifies that. I also have been having some other experiences, and I'm going to write more about this and go into more detail in writing, where I will be sitting, doing something, and all of a sudden I'll see myself in another reality. And to me, this looks like the new Earth reality. And I'll go to this new reality for a few minutes, and my consciousness will be in there. And when I realize that I'm gone, I'll become aware I'm in that other reality, and I'll pull my consciousness back in to figure out what reality I'm actually in. And then when I pull it back in, it stops, and I come back to this reality. And then it wants to erase this out of my consciousness, but I can't remember a few things that have gone on when I've been in the other reality. Like, I know one, I was dancing with a lot of people, big groups of people that I knew, and another one I was swimming. Another one at a nature area, and I was out swimming. And so the key notes of this is that I was so happy, and I was having so much fun, and I was with large groups of people, and we were all celebrating and having so much fun in this other reality. And it's not that I don't have fun here. I do. I have a lot of fun here in this reality, but this was different. This seemed much different and much more extreme, and as if everything was calm and great and the way that it should be. Now, the other thing is the bliss that we're getting in, and now I've noticed many more people are getting this bliss feeling. I started getting this bliss feeling probably, 3-4 years ago, but now I notice many people are getting it, and I like to report on it. I report on it every time it happens to me so that other people will know that that's what this feeling is. And this bliss feeling is the connection to the new Earth. That's what this bliss feeling is. And it's the connection to the divine source energy. So I will also be going into more detail on this later, but that's what that bliss feeling is. So I did want to talk about one more thing that happened recently, and that was just a few days, maybe a week ago, something like this. I went into meditation. I'd let my cat outside. One of my cats, I'd let him outside, and I went into meditation. And in my meditation, after I'd been meditating maybe 10 or 15 minutes, a picture of him appeared to me waiting at the door, telling me to let him in. And this is something new, because I usually see a lot of things in meditation, but not always in real time. So In other words, this was in real time. He was waiting at the door for me while I was in meditation, and I saw his face, and his face was telling me to let him in. So this was really highly unusual for this to happen. I mean, so this just shows you how things are elevating. So that's why I'm pointing this out, that it's an indication that things are elevating and things are speeding up and things are moving along in our ascension process. So those are just a few points I wanted to cover, and I will be most likely doing more videos now, and I'll have another article out soon. So I love everyone. Blessings to everyone, and we will chat later.